Yeah, also, those were the requirements. 620 credit score, at least $10,000 in the bank to put down on $300,000 place. But you can have, like, say you're getting a $200,000 place. Say you want to move into just one place and say a two bedroom. You really don't have a lot of money, or you really don't have a lot of time, and you want to come a little closer. And you want to get one crib, and you want to say get a roommate, and you want to live in a master bedroom and get a roommate for the other room, and the crib costs $200,000 times 3.5%. That's $7,000. So you can have $10,000 in your bank account. Which, if you follow this channel and watch my first video, you can get that in a year. It's very possible to get that in a year. You got $10,000 and pay for the down payment and pay for the closing costs in full and house hack in a year at least. If the place is worth, like I said, $200,000. If you want a duplex, or you want a bigger home, or you want a triplex, fourplex, it may take you a little longer, but it's definitely gonna be worth it once you have that money. Now let's get into how it can benefit you. Like, what's the benefits of this? So, number one, it takes care of your largest expense, or at least one of your largest expense that you're gonna have on a monthly basis, which is your rent. So I think that's like a huge part on why I want to do this. Maybe a big reason why you want to do this. I don't know everybody's expenses, but in America, I think they say your rent, taxes, food, and it's another one. It's a fourth one. I think like your car. Yeah, I think it's like your car are like the four biggest expenses of each American, or of a household in America. So if you can eliminate one of those, the other things are going to be so easier to do. Like, if you can, like imagine you not having to pay rent right now. Like, that's like just that alone, and there's other benefits that we're going to get into, but just that alone, just not having to pay rent, that's $1,500 to $2,000 that you can save. Like, that's or $1,000 to $2,000 that you can save, because you may have to pay $500, $400, $300, $200, $100. You may have to pay a couple $100, because the max that you're allowed to rent out the other unit, like I was saying, looking on Rent-A-Meter and figure out what's the highest unit. Maybe the mortgage on the building is $2,000, but you're only able to, the rents in the area is $1,800 max, so you put it for $1,800. So you may have to pay a couple $100 out of pocket, but that's way better than having to pay that $2,000 out of pocket. You feel me? So yeah, I just feel like that being the number one benefit is a big reason why. That this is a big reason why I want to take this route. Also, you can save money during that time and put down on something else, or repeat the cycle. So, you're saving that money. You're saving $1,000 to $2,000 a month. You can, instead of putting that money towards rent, because you don't have rent anymore, you can put that money in the bank on top of you saving, $28 every day, which is $10,000 a year, or however much you can save in a day. On top of you saving that, you can also save your rent money and just put that in the bank, and then put that down on another investment that you want to do, or put that into stocks, and into S&P 500, or put that into a ETF, and have that money or put it in a high yield savings account and have that money just grow like that. You feel me? Or at the end of the year, you can put it into something else to invest in for the next year. But when I say you can do that or repeat the process, with the FHA loan, you're required to live in the home, but you're only required to live in it for at least a year, for 12 months. So after those 12 months, you can apply for another FHA loan and get another place at 3.5% down. You can keep the first place that you had, and you can rent out both units now. So say you get a duplex, right? So, Jesus Christ. So say you get a duplex, right? This is one side of the duplex, this is the other side of the duplex, and this is your duplex. One person lives here and you live here. You have to live in this place for at least a year. The mortgage on this place is $2,000. You can only rent these people out for $1,800. So you have to pay $200 a month to live in this place because they're paying 1,800 and the total mortgage is 2,000. But once you move out of this place, you live in this place for a year. Now, once you move out of this place, you can put another tenant in the place that you lived in. So now you have a tenant in here and another tenant in here. So now it's 1,800 and 1,800. So now you're getting 36,000. 36,000. Now you're getting $3,600 when the mortgage on the building is $2,000. So now that's $1,600 profit. Now you done repeated that process, so you don't apply for an FHA loan somewhere else. You got another duplex that you're living in, and say it's $2,000 again, and you're able to rent these people out for $1,500, and so now you have to pay $500, but you're making $1,600 profit from this place now, right? Because you moved out and you're charging both places, you're charging both units $1,800. So that's $3,600, or let's just say you're charging both places $1,500. Let's just be consistent throughout the whole thing. Let's say $1,500, that's $3,000. Mortgage is $2,000, so you're making $1,000 profit. Now you take $500 of that and put it to paying off your new place, because you're charging this person $1,500 and the mortgage is $2,000, so that's $500 that you need to pay, but you actually don't even have to pay out of pocket now, like how you did the first place. Now you can take that $1,000 profit from the first place and take 500 of that to pay off this. Now you're making 500 profit over here, and now you're living rent free. You own 2 duplexes in 2 years, and also you don't even have to manage these places. That's also another thing. You don't have to manage these places. You can take a percentage of the rent. I think it's like 10% of the rent, 10% or less of the rent, and put that aside to give to a property manager, and they're gonna take care of collecting the rents. They're gonna take care of the maintenance. They're gonna take care of everything, where you can just be like a tenant yourself, but you own the place though. But you're just putting aside rent a little bit. So 10% of 2,000, which is the mortgage, is $200, right? Say you're living in the second duplex, right? So you made $1,000 profit on your first building. You put $500 to pay off the $500 that you need to pay on your second one, and you take $200 that you can pay to whatever, or you take $400 because you're paying $200 over here for a property manager and $200 over here for the same property manager, but they're they're managing 2 places now, so you get them $400. You're making $100 profit. You might say, oh, that's nothing, but would you rather make $100 profit, or would you rather pay $2,000 every month and not be able to save that money that you would pay? You would be paying $2,000, but you putting that $2,000 up, and just from everything that you make, you basically taking care of your business expenses with that money. So also, say you got a $300 place, right? So $300,000 duplex, and your first duplex you paid 3.5%. So you paid $10,500. Say extra $2,000 in closing costs. So you paid $1,250, or you paid $12,500. And say, okay, boom. So you put that in there. So you're gonna be saving money. So say the mortgage is $2,000, right? And say you gotta pay $500. So let's just say $1,500 that you would be spending a month, $1,500. You're paying $500 in rent, but because you have another tenant that's paying $1,500, you only have to pay $500 for the mortgage. So say $1,500 is what you didn't have to pay. So you're saving that every month. So it's 1,500 times 12 equals 18,000. On top of that, you've been saving $28 a day, just doing DoorDash, making $50 and saving 28 of those dollars, or making $40. That's you going out for a few hours, and you saving 28 of those dollars and putting the rest in gas. So say you save $10,000, right? So after 1 year of house hacking, you went from grinding and staying down, staying consistent, and you made say $13,000. You was able to save $13,000. You were able to put that on your first place. But after a year, now you put in the money that you would put for rent. that you're, making, the money that you would put for rent that you're saving from, house hacking, and then on top of that you're saving $10,000. Now you have almost $30,000 to invest with. So obviously this is more than the $12,500 that you use on your first place, or the $13,000 that you use on your first place. It's more than double that. So your first place was $300,000. So if it's more than double that, what can you do now? Now you can get a place that's more than $600,000, and that's going to be a better rent, and that's going to be better profit, and that's going to be better cash flow. So this, let's see, divided by 3.5.